Alright, so something I find to be very interesting about Black Clover that I tend to bring up is the fact that Tabata writes like he is pressed for time. And I mean this in a good way. Tabata may very well be one of the most humble mangakas amongst those with big name series. And I say this because when it comes to major arcs of the story, they all in some way or another feel rather conclusive, as if the story could just wrap up there and be done with. And this is how many new series are made to be written, simply because there is that degree of uncertainty to be had in the realm of manga in terms of cancellation and such. But despite having been successful in the magazine for years now, it does not seem like Tabata has let go of that caution. Yet at the same time, that does not mean that he is not prepared to continue the story if given the opportunity. It's clear that he has sown certain plot seeds well in advance that may for now be overlooked, but stand to potentially become very major at later points. And with that, I would like us to turn our attention to Luck Voltia. Now, Luck is a very fascinating character that has been with us since the very beginning of the story. He is a somewhat sociopathic battle junkie that for the most part is always smiling. Beyond that, he also serves to defy certain things we know about magic in the world of Black Clover. In this world of magic, nobles possess the most power. That is both societal and biological, as they simply possess superior magical power in general. And so for a commoner to even compete, they typically need to have some sort of odd or rare magical attribute. And so commoners with basic elemental magics tend to be pretty weak with a very low power ceiling. Yet despite being a commoner and with the basic element of lightning, Luck is absurdly powerful with crazy levels of potential. I mean, amongst those with true and/or ultimate magic, he is in the company of nobles and non-humans despite being of common birth. And perhaps one might argue that Yuno, despite being a peasant with the basic element of wind, also possesses incredible magic, and fair enough. However, it has in fact been revealed that Yuno is actually of royal birth, and so the rule still stands. And so although Luck could just be an outlier on account of, well, luck, I believe there is a far more interesting explanation to be had. Luck's mana capacity, according to the official data book, is tier 4 out of 5. Which is just about the same as the weaker royals like Mimosa, Nebra, and Solid. But do keep in mind that these are simply tiers, as despite Nozel and Yami being both tier 5, Nozel has considerably more mana than Yami. And so with all this in mind, we are convinced that Luck is in fact the illegitimate son of a noble. Something we certainly know to be a possibility on account of characters like the captain of the Golden Dawn, William. And with that, we do actually know a good bit about Luck's mother. She too was a commoner, and because of Luck's inability to stop smiling, she was somewhat physically abusive towards him. However, in defeating a noble during the magic tournament held at his school, his mother's treatment of him shifted. Suddenly, she was proud of him, then telling him to keep winning several times over. And clearly the woman was somewhat deranged, but because of this, Luck's obsession with combat came to be. Now, why would she commend such a thing to such an extent that her whole tune would shift? Well, when Luck won, it garnered quite a bit of attention. Attention that perhaps she desired as a means of catching the eye of Luck's noble father. Her mental instability possibly being due to being abandoned by the noble who had impregnated her. And to take things even further, we believe Luck's father to be a noble of House Roseley, and also the father of Charlotte Roseley, captain of the Blue Rose. Now between Luck and Charlotte, there is a 9-year age gap. And so perhaps when they discovered Charlotte to be cursed, as they did discover her to be cursed when she was a child, her father decided to have a mistress so that the family would have an heir in the event that her curse was unable to be broken. However, as we know, her curse was alleviated to an extent on account of Yami saving her. And with that, Charlotte's father would have disowned Luck and his mother. From the blonde hair to the blue eyes, there is certainly a degree of resemblance between Luck and Charlotte, but to be fair, Luck's mother also had blonde hair and blue eyes, so it's debatable if this is even worth taking note of or not. But what I think is really crazy is that during the elf invasion arc, the elves that had taken over the bodies of Luck and Charlotte were literally siblings, which was actually very much like the case of Gauche and Marie, actual siblings possessed by sibling elves. And would you look at that, Luck's grimoire also has a flower and vine pattern on it, similar to Charlotte's rose pattern. Now we know that Charlotte does not care for men who are all talk and are weak, but perhaps this also had to do with her father, as she may have known a bit about his adulterous exploits to an extent and formed some of her distaste for men from that. And I feel like the fact that Charlotte's curse is something familial and not something she herself did directly wrong is bound to be brought up again. As for who cursed Charlotte's family and why, we've actually seen a silhouette of a witch with feathers around her. This woman may have been the Witch Queen, and although the visage isn't exactly the same, she may have simply changed her look over the years. The Witch Queen removed the ancient curse on Asta so effortlessly, a curse that not even the best healing mage in the Clover Kingdom was able to do anything about. And so in some way or another, she is likely connected to the devil Megecula, as she is the progenitor of all curses. In fact, Megecula's sign, the sign seen on Vanaka's tail and torso when she transforms, may also be found on the Witch Queen's wall. And so perhaps in whatever family exploration is to come in the case of Charlotte, the truth about luck will arise as well. As for why the Witch Queen would have targeted Charlotte's family, I'm not entirely sure. Maybe her father just got around and she was angry. But yeah guys, that's just about it for the video. As per usual, please leave us your thoughts on everything in the comments. And if you'd like to get your hands on some volumes of Black Clover, go ahead and use our RightStuf affiliate link in the description below, as it does help out the channel. And if you have not already, subscribe to the channel with notifications on, because when it comes to bringing you some of the best Black Clover content on the platform, Plot Armor has you covered. As always, I'm Slice of Otaku. Thank you all so much for watching and have an awesome day. I love you.